Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of YouTube. I just want to say thank you for tuning into this channel. So before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all the Redditors and the subreddits of r/NF Real Music for really boosting my confidence, because I didn't want to post this video. I didn't want to put it up on YouTube, but they gave me really good reasons, and I think my points are going to help some of you out there. And I just want to share a few things. So let's get into the video. Okay, so today we're going to talk about NF. As we all know, NF is a great artist. He's an amazing rapper. He's a lyricist. He sings a lot of good songs. He sings about the things that he's struggling with. He sings about things ranging from depression to OCD to breakup songs and all the things in between. He talks about the problems that he faces openly, and I think he's somebody that helps a lot of people out there, whatever difficult things they're going through. So we're going to talk about the criticism that NF receives, and the way how the fan base that we have created is influencing the type of criticism that he's getting. So this is the first point that I want to make. We're going to go into the criticisms from different areas, maybe from the lyrics to his flows, to the beats and all these things. But I just want to make this first point before we get into the criticism and what I think about them, either if they're true, whether they're not. I'm going to share my own view. So first of all, I just want to say I am a casual NF listener. I found out about him, I think, about a year ago. I'm a big fan. I listen to a lot of his songs, but I'm not the type to go crazy or say that he does not have any bad song or that he's the best rapper out there. I think I'm not biased. I'm being considerate of what he is and what he is not. Sometimes he's great, sometimes he's not, and I think we should learn to accept that. So I think I've noticed that there is a difference between you having a big fan base and having a small fan base. If you have a small fan base, you're going to have people who are going to talk you up. You have people who are going to praise you, and to a certain degree that I think maybe it's too much, really. And you're going to have people say this guy is underrated, they should be having more views, more subscribers, more this, more that. But if you have a larger fan base, you're going to have less dedicated fans. You're going to have people who are just casual with it, just going with the flow. And I think this is what helped NF when his album went on to #1 on the Billboard, because he has a lot of dedicated fans. He has people who are going to go out there, buy his merch, buy his things, and buy his album. So I just want to say that the criticism that NF receives is as a result of the fan base. Since NF has a generally more smaller fan base, he has more of like toxic fans, if I should say. Lots of fans who are going to talk him up to a certain level, like they're going to exaggerate, you know, talking about him as if like he's the best artist out there, he's the best artist to ever step foot on the earth, best rapper. He does not have a bad song, his beats are flawless. They're talking about him as if he's some flawless human being, and I think this is what has caused the criticism that he received to be what it is right now, wherein people don't even acknowledge where he's good at. People are just going to say he's straight up whack, he's not a good rapper, he does not have good songs at all, because people are praising him too much. So you're going to realize that people are going to bring him down more than what he actually is. They're never going to acknowledge whatever good thing he is, good things or characteristics he has. They're going to put him down. And so there I am in the middle, seeing the criticism that he's receiving, sorry, whether either they are good, they are fair, or whether they are not. So this is the point of the video. We're going to look things that people have said, and I'm going to say what I think about it personally. Do I think it's true? Do I think it's fake? Or is it one of them cases where it's exaggerated to a point where they don't even want to acknowledge the fact that NF is in fact a good artist? So we're going to look a few articles and just see what people usually say, and we're going to talk about it. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is his lyrics. Let's just see what some people say. People say NF has shallow lyrics. This other one says he has no depth to what he says, and the other says that he's been fake deep. So we have these 3 points. I'm going to talk what I feel about them. So for the first one, it says he has shallow lyrics, no depth to what he says. To a certain extent, I actually agree with this. I think sometimes he can be sacrificing the depth or the meaning or discussing a topic thoroughly, just so that he can have a few words that he can string together to rhyme. It happens in a few of his songs, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it, because I feel like this is something that happens to even the biggest rappers out there. There are some cases wherein you just say a couple words, put them together just for the sake of rhyming, and I think NF falls short in this area as well. But maybe he does that a bit too often than people would have liked. So I don't know, because I'm not like the most avid rapper listener to rap music out there. So I don't know. I don't think it's too much. I feel like every rapper does that sometimes. Even the biggest rappers have their own flops and things like that. So the other one says he's fake deep. I just want to say this. I don't think NF is fake deep because he's singing about things that are affecting him, things that he's going through. So he cannot be fake deep because these are things that he's going through. He's trying to. It's a therapy for him. So he's trying his best to put out his best music out there, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So in terms of being fake deep, I just want to say this one thing. If you've listened to a song like Remember This, you're going to notice that for every section of this music, every second of that music, if you take a screenshot, you're going to have an inspirational quote of some sort. And even though that could be, you could say that is cool, I think that this is one of the cases where I think he tried too hard to appeal to the message of having a lot of meaning to what he sings. And if you are like me, when I just started to listen to his music, you're going to fall for this, wherein you're going to listen to him because you think that his lyrics are great. He sings a lot about inspirational things, so you're going to think that, oh well, this is the reason why I like NF, because he sings about this, about that. And I think I've grown to a point where I don't like his music because of the message. He has good flow, he has good beats to his songs, and I think we should appreciate all of this. So I think Remember This is one of them songs wherein I feel like he tried too hard on it. I don't know, I think he tried too hard on it. But it depends on what you think. Whatever you think, leave it in the comment section below. But this is just how I think. I think his lyrics could be shallow sometimes, not always, and not even as often as maybe the critics are trying to point out. This is one of the cases where there's a bit of exaggeration to it, a bit of truth, a bit of exaggeration, because as I said, fan base, about the fan base. If you have a smaller fan base, a stronger following, and they're going to talk him up, they're going to praise him, and because of these praises, you have to counter them with criticism which are not fair. You're going to talk about all the bad things, and you're not going to acknowledge that NF is a good artist. So this is one of the points that I want to make. The second point is that people say he's too aggressive in his music. So this person says NF is too aggressive in his songs. The words don't go with the aggression. And another says that he thinks that just because he doesn't curse, he's a good artist. That makes him a better artist. So first, let's talk about the aggression, and then we're going to the cursing part. So for the aggression, personally, I feel it works. I feel like it fits the tone of the music, because he uses these cinematic beats on his songs, and I think the aggression fits with that. I can imagine a case where it could sound corny or maybe kind of weird for some people, but for me personally, it works. I don't know if I'm being biased in this case, but I think for me it works in all of his songs. I don't think his aggression that he puts in his songs is ever too much or never fits what he's trying to say. Maybe except maybe in the song Real. Now that I think about it, I think this is one of them songs where he's trying to go too hard or aggressive on the beat. So this is just what I think. And the thing about not cursing, people saying that he doesn't curse because he thinks that makes him a better artist. I feel like that's just plain out fake, because he does not curse in his music, not because he's trying to appeal to anybody, but it's just something that he likes and he wants to do, and I'm all here for it, because it's refreshing to hear music where there isn't a lot of cursing, especially in the rap game. And I think I enjoy his music more because of that. And yeah, this is what I think about it. I think his aggression fits, and him not cursing also fits his music. It's unique, it's his own way. It doesn't make him special, it doesn't make him better than other artists. It's just something that he does, and I think it works for him. So yeah. The third thing that I want to say is his beat selection. I've seen this comment, it says that his beats are creative and repetitive. I can't tell a song from another. Okay, so personally, I asked my friend about this, if he could tell one song from the other, and he said he couldn't. He said he couldn't tell the difference between one song and another. It feels like they sound about the same. Well, for me, I don't think that's the case. NF uses a lot of cinematic beats on a lot of his songs, but he keeps it fresh with his beats. it keeps it fresh, it changes it up a bit, and experiments. And I feel like I can easily tell the difference between one song and another. I don't know for you or what other people think, but I think that I can distinctly tell the difference between Therapy Session and No Name, or between No Name and Why. These are very distinct beats according to me, and I don't think I would ever mistake one song for another. And generally, I think his beats are great. He uses a lot of great beats, and he changes it up. Sometimes he uses fast beats, sometimes he uses slow beats. He sings slow songs, and I think he's diverse in his way that he sings. Sometimes he raps, sometimes he sings, and it works. I think it really works for him. His beats works for him, and the aggression which he goes in with works with the beats as well. So I think I can tell the difference between one song and the other, and there's nothing wrong with him using cinematic beats. I don't think it's repetitive. I don't think it's uncreative. So this is just what I feel. Okay, so the fourth criticism is going to talk more general about the nitty-gritty things about what people have with the problem with him. So maybe if you just meet somebody, you have a friend, and ask if he's a listener of NF, maybe if he's heard of him, he would say, oh well, I don't listen to him because his songs are too depressing. And when I hear that, I'm like, what do you really expect? This is something that you're going to expect from him. It's what he's based his music on. And if you think his songs are depressing, you could go listen to what you want. You can listen to happy rap or whatever it is. There is mumble rap if you want, or trap, or whatever you want to listen. There's really nothing wrong with listening to what you like. So if you think his songs are depressing, you can go somewhere else. I think his depressing songs, as they say, helps a lot of people around the world. He helps a lot of people in difficult situations, or who've lost a lot. Somebody close to them. I think he helps a lot of people. So I think for me, in that case, it works. His songs are depressing, you could say. His songs are sad, but that's the point, and that's how he conveys his message, and it works. The other one is that people usually say that he's a Eminem ripoff, and sometimes he has generic flow. So the NF ripoff genuinely had some songs where I had NF and I was like, yo, this sounds like something Eminem would do. These bars or the rhyming schemes sounds like something Eminem would do. But as you know, we all know that NF has admitted publicly that he's had some influences from Eminem. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Sometimes people say he has generic flow. I don't see it because well, generally when I think about NF and the type of flow that he uses, I think about quintessential rap type flow. Like if trap music or all these newer emo rap or whatever it is didn't exist, this is what we'll be talking about. The way how he raps, the way how he flows. I think it's okay. I like it. He can change up his flow. He can go fast. He can go slow. He can switch it up, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So the last thing is fan base. Well, clearly his fan base has a little bit of problem because it can be very toxic. It can be defensive. It can be like really defensive. People don't want to hear anything bad about NF, and I'm not here for that. I don't think it's good. It's good to have an open mind. If you don't like a song from NF, there's nothing wrong with it. So with the comments I see on videos saying NF does not have a bad song or he's better than Eminem, this is the problem that I have with the fan base. They are putting all these artificial things, adding all these things to NF, which I think it's a bit too much. It's nothing wrong if you genuinely think that he's better than Eminem, but personally I don't think so, and there's nothing wrong with you thinking that he does not have a bad song, but personally I think he does. There are lots of songs, but he's gotten significantly better with the years. From Mansion to Perception to The Search, he's improving on his lyrics, he's improving on his music generally. So I think his fan base has a problem because people don't want to hear criticism, and I think sometimes the criticism goes above board. Sometimes it's extreme, and sometimes they are baseless. But this is as a result of what the fan base has become. People talking NF up, exaggerating what he can do, and saying he's the best rapper out there, and I personally don't think so. So these are the four cases, the few cases where I think I, as a non-biased enthusiast of NF's music, think about him. There are cases where the criticism is just. I think I agree with them, and there's some where it's straight out people just trying to talk him down, saying he's whack, even though he is not. In fact, he's a great artist. In my book, NF is a 7 out of 10 rapper. He's an amazing rapper, but he's not comparable or better. I mean, it could be comparable. I wouldn't say he's better than Eminem or Kendrick or J. Cole. I personally don't think so. I think he belongs up there with the best lyricists, but he's not the best. He's not the best of all time, and I think we should acknowledge that. And so, in conclusion, all of this that I've said, all of the points that I've raised, at the end of the day, it really does not matter whatever you feel about his music. If you think his music is trash or it's great or his flows are generic or whatever it is, it does not matter, because at the end of the day, this is somebody who's making a difference in the world. This is somebody who's a hero to a lot of people out there. He's helping a lot of teenagers who are going through depression, anxiety, OCD, whatever it is. He's putting out music, he's helping a lot of people, and he said it in his music that this is therapy for him. So whatever you feel about his music, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, he's helping people positively. People are changing, people are dealing with their depression, people are dealing with the loss of a loved one, people are fighting their battling with survival. And so I think it really doesn't matter what you feel. If you want, you can listen to his songs. If you don't like his songs, you can go listen to something else. There is nothing wrong with that. I personally don't think I'm a better person or a special person just because I listen to deep rap or whatever it is. I listen to lyricists and I don't listen to mumble rap, so they are trash. Mumble rap, it appeals to a lot of people, and I understand why. The beats are catchy, the flow is catchy, and people are going to listen to that. If that's what you like, there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to say to the fan base of NF that he does have some bad songs, he does have some questionable lyrics. We should accept that and move on with life. If somebody says they don't like NF, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not a matter of force. If you like what you want to like, you listen to what you listen. But at the end of the day, NF helps a lot of people. So I just want to say to the fan base that please give constructive praises, because the constructive praises are going to lead to constructive criticism. If you are going to criticize somebody, if you're going to talk somebody up to a level where he isn't, you're going to have people who are going to criticize him and are never going to acknowledge that NF is in fact a good rapper. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you listen to, it doesn't matter what you feel about his music. For the sake of NF, I am begging all critics out there, please do a bit more research, be more considerate, and really talk about what you think, and not just exaggerate and talk things that aren't factual. Go through NF. NF is an amazing person. He's trying his best to cope with his own life, help people also cope with their own lives. So this is what I think. I just wanted to get that out there. So if you like videos like this, I will be posting a lot of videos on this channel, and I think it really doesn't matter how many people see this. I'm going to try my best to put out content about different topics that I think about, because I think some things really need to be said. So if you like this video, I want you to leave a thumbs up and help the YouTube algorithm so more people would see this video. So see you next time, and thank you. Peace.